All right, I'm so excited to share this story with you. This is a story about life. This is a story about what it means to be a Jew. This is a story about the power of Nes, the power of a tzaddik, the power of one individual small act. So many messages right here, and it's within the framework, the story of the holy Lubavitcher Rebbe. There's an amazing, amazing story about him that I have to share with all of you. And I'm going to read it to you. It's from the book called Stories of the Rebbe by Rabbi Avraham Ohayon, illustrated by Tamar Zeitlin. I really love Avraham Ohayon. He has so many great books about different tzaddikim and gedolim of all different types, and they have amazing illustrations as well in the book. Highly encourage you to look at it. If you have the book, it's page 24, and the name of the book, the story is called Say Yes. The atmosphere in the home of the Cohen family was gloomy and sad. The Cohen's 6-year-old daughter had yet to say a single word since the day she was born. Not a single word. Could you imagine? Her parents sought out doctors and specialists and looked into all sorts of different medications and therapy and using other means to try to get her to speak, but nothing seemed to help. The little girl simply could not and would not talk. Will our daughter be mute, not speak for her entire life? The frightening thought ran through the parents' mind. They didn't want to accept this reality. But what choice did they have? What more could they do to get their daughter to talk? One day, an acquaintance of Mr. and Mrs. Cohen heard about the problem, and he had a new suggestion. Go to the great Lubavitcher Rebbe. He instructed the anxious parents. Maybe he can help you out. There are so many stories of different miracles, nisim, that have happened. The Cohens were not Lubavitcher Hasidim, but they figured they didn't have anything to lose, and they've heard great things. So they went to ask advice from the Rebbe. And so one night they came along with their daughter to 770 Eastern Parkway, where the Rebbe's headquarters was, Chabad headquarters, to meet him. With heavy hearts, the Cohens told their story to the Rebbe. While they spoke, the Rebbe's holy gaze traveled from the parents to their daughter and then back again. When the parents had finished speaking, the Rebbe turned to the little girl and asked her, "Are you ready to accept upon yourself to light Shabbos candles each week?" Again, the Rebbe asked the girl, "Are you ready to accept upon yourself the mitzvah to light Shabbos candles each week?" She was only 6 years old. A tense silence fell over the room. The Rebbe and the parents looked expectantly at the girl, waiting to see her reaction. The little girl nodded her head. But the Rebbe wasn't satisfied with this. He gazed encouragingly at the girl and said to her, "No, say yes." The girl looked at the Rebbe in confusion. Her parents too were bewildered. The daughter was mute, never said a word in her life. How in the world was she supposed to say yes? But the Rebbe persisted. "No," he repeated to the girl, "say yes." And then something amazing happened. The girl opened her mouth, and in a trembling but clear voice, she said, "Yes, yes." The parents nearly fainted from shock. The miracle wasn't over, though. Right before their disbelieving eyes and ears, their daughter's voice became stronger, and she continued to speak. "Rebbe," the father said, holding onto the table in front of him with 2 hands so he wouldn't fall over in excitement. "How did you do this? Even the doctor said there was no chance." Did the Rebbe have special powers? They couldn't believe it. She had never spoken before in her life, and not only did she say a word, now she was speaking and continuing to speak stronger. The Rebbe smiled. "You should know," he said, "that when a Jew accepts a mitzvah upon himself, he is raising himself to a level that is above nature. And so Hashem acts with him in a way that is above nature too." The Rebbe was explaining something incredible here. And if I may, or if I understand the depth of what was happening here, which I probably don't, he was explaining that the Torah is beyond the world. It's above nature. It's a gift from Hashem that doesn't live in the rules of this world. It's above this world. In fact, the world was created after the Torah. The Torah had everything about the world in it. So if you connect yourself to the Torah and to the mitzvos, which are above this world, that are connected to Hashem, then the limits are endless. The rules of the world don't apply in the same way. And the Rebbe understood that once she accepted a mitzvah upon herself, and she disconnected from the rules of this world, she had mitzvos which brought an incredible miracle to her life. This is just one example of amazing stories from him, and I'm hoping we're going to get to learn a little bit more. Again, this was taken from a book from Rabbi Avraham Ohayun. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you tomorrow.